Knowledge is gained from stories, and we are never bored. Just like how we motivate all of you by sharing Gautam Buddha's stories, subscribing to this channel motivates us. So, please subscribe to this channel right now. So, let's start the story. Buddha's Sangha was open to everyone. Everyone wanted to become his disciples. Some people were immediately accepted into Buddha's Sangha, while others were told to spend a day in the cremation ground. In a similar way, a man approached Buddha and said that he wanted to become his disciple. Buddha told the man that he would have to spend a whole day in the cremation ground, and whatever he learned there, he should come and tell him. Only then could he join the Sangha. Upon hearing this, the man became nervous. He said, "During the day, it's okay, but staying at the cremation ground at night is very dangerous." Buddha asked, "What danger?" The man said, "There may be ghosts and spirits there. They might harm me." Buddha asked, "Have you ever seen ghosts or spirits?" The man replied, "No, but I have heard and seen some people who claim to have seen strange activities there." To this, Buddha said, "So, you have a golden opportunity to find out whether ghosts and spirits exist or not. You can spend just one night there and then come back to analyze and tell me whether ghosts and spirits are real or not. If you encounter them, analyze how they are, and if you don't, you will also know that they don't exist. Don't be afraid. Whatever happens there, come and tell me the next day." The man agreed and said, "All right, Buddha. If you say so, I will spend a whole day and night at the cremation ground." Buddha said, "All right then. You can rest at the ashram for now, and tomorrow morning, head to the cremation ground." Buddha instructed his 4 disciples, "This man will go to the cremation ground tomorrow. Follow him, but keep your presence discreet. He shouldn't realize that you are tailing him." Next day, the man went to Buddha and said, "As you instructed, I am heading to the cremation ground." Buddha replied, "All right, you may now proceed." The man departed for the cremation ground. The next day, the man returned to Buddha and said, "As you said, I spent the entire day there. I observed that some people were bringing a dead body and others were just ordinary visitors. However, a few individuals seemed very joyful." The elderly man's son lit his father's funeral pyre. After some time, everyone left the place. A little later, 2 more funerals arrived. One was of a rich man, and his pyre was made from sandalwood, while the other was of a poor man with a simple wooden pyre. The rich man's pyre was lit first because he was wealthy, but later, both men's pyres were cremated together. After hearing this, Buddha smiled and asked, "What did you understand from observing them?" The man replied, "Buddha, I saw both their pyres being burned. Both were the same. Their bodies burned equally on the same funeral pyre. Afterwards, both of them were absorbed into the flames. In the end, what remained was also the same. There was no difference." Then a woman's funeral procession arrived. Her husband was in deep sorrow, and all the people there were also very sad. Many of them were talking about profound knowledge and the importance of living a life of service. They emphasized that one should never cause anyone pain, and that chasing wealth never leads to anything. In the end, we all have to go to the cremation ground one day. After that, no one else came, and I spent the entire night there. The next morning, I came to you." Buddha asked, "Did you see any ghosts or spirits there?" The man replied, "No, I didn't see any spirits. I was scared of myself, the rustling leaves, and the sounds of animals, but I didn't spot any ghosts or spirits throughout the entire night." Hearing this, Buddha said, "Very well, now go back to the ashram and rest. Tomorrow you must go to the cremation ground for 1 more day and night." Upon hearing this, the man expressed his reluctance, saying, "You're saying such things. Today, at your command, I spent the entire day there. I know how I spent that time. Now, I won't go back there again." Buddha replied, "The special experiences you were supposed to have at the cremation ground, you haven't yet encountered. Spend 1 more day there, and you will surely find them." The man finally agreed and said, "All right, Buddha, if you say so, I will go there one more time." Saying this, the man returned to the ashram to relax. The next day, he once again sought Buddha's blessings and headed to the cremation ground. After spending a full day there, he returned to Buddha on the following day. Buddha inquired, "Did you find what you were meant to find there?" The man replied, "Yes, I found it." Buddha then asked, "Tell me, what did you discover there?" The man explained, "I observed that some people were carrying me on a bier during the evening. About 15-20 people were following me, carrying my body on 4 shoulders. My father was leading the procession. Some people were scattering flowers over me, and a few relatives were walking behind me. They all appeared very sorrowful. My father and brother were also in deep grief. Some people consoled my father, while my brother, who was standing at a distance, was incredibly sorrowful. Some were telling him that he was now the sole heir of wealth, while others thought it was unfair. That young man was still in his prime. He had not seen anything until then, and such an event unfolded with him. At that moment, I was laid on the bier, and the entire ritual was being performed. I was observing all this while lying on the bier. I tried to get up from the bier, but I couldn't. I wanted to breathe, but there was no breath in me. I wanted to hug my father, but I couldn't get up. I wanted to tell my brother to take care of our parents, but I was just lying there, observing everything. Afterward, they started decorating my pyre with wood, and I couldn't see anything beyond that shroud. Then I began to feel the heat. My hands and feet started burning, and my bones were on fire. The fire grew more intense. I wanted to get up, but I was suffocating. I wanted to breathe, but I couldn't. I was consumed by that fire. I watched myself burn throughout the night. I saw that in the end, I was left with only ashes. Throughout that entire night, I felt neither fear nor the sensation of fear. I don't know where I wandered the whole night, but as morning came, I found myself here with you." Buddha smiled and said, "Now, you can join the Sangha." In reality, having the seed of meditation and knowledge inside you is essential for meditation and knowledge to flourish. You found that seed last night when you realized that everything in this world is impermanent. In this world, everyone knows they have to go to the cemetery, but as soon as they come out of it, they forget everything and continue with their lives as usual, performing their actions, committing injustices, indulging in greed, and showing cruelty. As soon as they return to the cemetery, they become pious again. The first time you went to the cemetery, you were like those wise men who go there, and as soon as you went there again today and returned, the seed of knowledge had sprouted within you. We cannot understand life until we know death. Only a person who is sick can understand the importance of health. The seed of meditation that you discovered last night, you now have to make it your goal. It will create a profound inner purpose that will fulfill everyone's desires for meditation. So, my friends, if you found this story enlightening, please share it with your friends, colleagues, and relatives. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next story. Until then, take care and stay blissful.